Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts.
Yeah.
You've been hearing about teens cleaning up online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably thinking,
Yeah.
right, my kid can barely clean their room.
Right.
And we're talking serious cash here.
Yeah.
Not just allowance money.
No.
We dove into some articles, research reports, even a few jaw-dropping individual stories.
Wow.
And let me tell you,
Yeah.
the future of work is looking a lot younger and a lot more digital than we might think.
Yeah, it's a whole new landscape out there.
Right.
What's fascinating is that this isn't just a few isolated cases.
Right.
We're seeing a systemic shift
Okay.
in how teens are learning and thinking about their futures.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
One stat that nearly made my jaw hit the floor
Oh, really?
was from WAP.
Okay.
1 in 625 high school students
Wow.
is pulling in over $10,000 a year online.
That's a lot.
That's basically one kid
Yeah.
in almost every high school across America, with a side hustle bringing in more than some entry-level jobs.
Really?
Is that even on your radar?
It definitely challenges the stereotype of the broke teenager
Right.
scrounging for spare change.
Yeah. Were you this savvy in high school? Because I sure as hell wasn't.
It's not just about the money itself.
Right.
This level of income at such a young age is impacting their expectations
Okay.
about work education and even financial independence.
And these kids aren't just flipping burgers or mowing lawns.
Right.
We're talking about those TikTok famous siblings,
Oh, okay.
Frankie and Ollie,
Yeah.
raking in $400 a post just for dancing.
Wow.
Dancing.
That's crazy.
If I tried that, I'd probably end up in the ER, not on a Forbes list.
That's a perfect illustration of the creator economy in action.
Okay.
Teens are leveraging their skills and passions
Right.
in ways we could barely fathom a decade ago.
Right.
They're building online audiences,
Yeah.
connecting with brands, and creating revenue streams that many established businesses would envy.
Slow back up a second.
Oh,
Creator economy.
yeah.
What even is that?
Well,
For those of us who don't speak fluent internet,
right.
break that down for us.
It's basically the whole ecosystem that's sprung up around people creating and sharing content online.
Okay.
Think YouTube stars, Twitch streamers, Instagram influencers, even those kids making crazy ASMR videos. They're not just creating for fun.
Right.
They're building businesses around their content, often partnering with brands and generating serious income.
So it's not just about posting cute cat videos anymore.
No.
It's about turning your passion into a paycheck.
Exactly.
Okay.
And these teens are masters of it.
Hmm.
They're digital natives. They understand how to engage audiences.
Right.
And they're not afraid to experiment and try new things.
And then it's not just about shaking their booties on TikTok either.
Right.
This report highlighted Evan Selleck, this kid in the UK,
Okay.
who's making bank reselling clothes on Vinted.
Oh, wow.
We're talking 100,000 pounds a year.
That's incredible.
Then there's Blaze Meredith.
Yeah.
He's only 14,
Oh, wow.
and he developed this app called Got Cakey.
Got cakey.
Yeah, it's tapping into the global cake market.
What?
Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
14 and already cornering the cake market.
Jeez.
Where was this entrepreneurial spirit when I was a kid?
I know, right?
I was lucky if I could convince my neighbor to pay me to walk their goldfish.
What's striking is the sheer diversity of income streams.
Right.
We're seeing teens flourish in content creation,
Yeah.
e-commerce, app development, you name it.
It really highlights their adaptability and willingness to experiment,
Yeah.
something many adults struggle with.
For sure.
So it's like the internet has become their lemonade stand.
Right.
But instead of selling sugary drinks, they're selling everything.
Yeah.
From vintage clothes to coding skills
Yeah.
to, well, apparently cake.
And they're doing it with a level of sophistication that's impressive.
Yeah.
They're not just stumbling into success.
Huh.
They're actively seeking out opportunities, learning new skills, and building sustainable businesses.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Building a business even online
Right.
isn't all sunshine and rainbows, right?
No, it's not.
Juggling schoolwork, navigating the legal and financial stuff,
Uh-huh.
that's got to be a headache even for the most driven teenager.
You're absolutely right. This isn't about glorifying the teenage hustler lifestyle.
Right.
There are real challenges.
Okay.
Balancing schoolwork with a business,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the pressures of social media, navigating the legal and ethical complexities of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
So it's not just about celebrating their success.
No.
It's also about acknowledging the challenges.
Right.
And ensuring these young entrepreneurs have the support they need to thrive without burning out.
Definitely.
I guess this is where parents, educators, and mentors come in, right?
Exactly. We need to provide guidance, resources, and mentorship to help them navigate this new terrain.
Okay.
We need to make sure they're not just making money, right?
But that they're developing healthy habits, balancing their priorities,
Yeah.
and building sustainable ventures.
It's like we need a teen entrepreneurship for dummies guide
Yeah.
for both the kids and the adults in their lives.
That might not be a bad idea.
Right.
There's definitely a learning curve for everyone involved.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's about empowering these young people to succeed
Mm-hmm.
while also protecting them from the potential pitfalls of early success.
Okay, so we've established that teens are making bank online.
Yeah.
But why should anyone who's not a teenager or a parent of one
Right.
care about this?
Good question.
What's the so what for the rest of us?
Because this isn't just a fleeting trend.
Okay.
It's a glimpse into the future of work.
Right.
These teens are the pioneers of a new era.
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing us that the traditional career path is no longer the only option,
Okay.
or even the most desirable one for many people.
So it's not just about kids making money.
No.
It's about a fundamental shift
Yeah.
in how we view work success. Mm-hmm.
And the skills needed to thrive
Yeah,
in a world that's constantly changing.
precisely. And if we're not paying attention, we risk being left behind.
Oh.
Think about it.
Right.
If teens are building six-figure businesses online while they're still in high school,
Yeah.
what does that tell us about the possibilities and the challenges we all face in the years to come?
It's like the ground is shifting beneath our feet,
Yeah.
and we're all trying to figure out how to stay upright.
And that's the exciting part. We're witnessing a revolution in real time.
Right.
And it's up to us to adapt, to learn, and to embrace the opportunities that this new landscape presents.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, welcome back to Reflect.
Thanks for having me back.
It's mind-boggling to see how these teens are not just navigating the digital world, but truly shaping it.
It really is.
It makes you wonder, are traditional schools even on the same playing field?
Right.
I mean, are we teaching them how to balance a checkbook while they're out there building empires on TikTok?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It feels like there's this massive disconnect between what's happening in the real world and what's being taught in classrooms.
Right?
Are we prepping them for the gig economy or for a world that no longer exists?
It raises a crucial point about the relevance of traditional education models.
Yeah.
In a world where practical skills, digital literacy, and adaptability are the name of the game, we need to seriously rethink how we're equipping young people
Right.
for a future that's evolving faster than our curriculum can keep up with.
It's not just about hard skills either.
No.
These teens are demonstrating some serious soft skills.
Yeah.
Communication, problem-solving, resilience.
Right.
You know, the kind of stuff that's hard to teach from a textbook.
Absolutely. They're learning by experimenting,
Right.
by failing and picking themselves up.
Yeah.
They're building a real-world portfolio of experiences that many adults would kill for.
So what can parents and educators do to bridge this chasm? How can we support these young entrepreneurs without throwing their textbooks out the window?
It starts with recognizing and valuing the skills they're developing outside the classroom.
Okay.
Let's encourage their entrepreneurial pursuits, create opportunities for them to share their knowledge, and find ways to integrate those experiences into their formal education.
It's like finding that sweet spot between book smarts and street smarts.
Exactly.
Maybe we need more hands-on learning, more mentorship programs, more chances for teens to apply their skills to real-world problems
Yeah,
instead of just hypothetical ones in a textbook.
precisely. We need to empower them to be active participants in their own education,
Right.
to shape their learning journeys and to pursue their passions with purpose. And let's be honest, engaging them in something they're actually passionate about might make them a little less likely to tune us out.
Okay, let's flip the script for a minute.
Okay.
We've been focusing on the upside of this whole teen entrepreneur thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a dark side too, right?
Right.
I mean, the pressure to succeed, the constant hustle, the social media comparison game,
It's got to take a toll.
that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The pressure to maintain a social media presence, to constantly be on,
Right.
to measure your worth by likes and followers, it can be a recipe for burnout, especially for teenagers who are still figuring out who they are and what they want.
And then there's the fear of failure, which is amplified when you're basically running a business in front of the entire internet.
Right.
One bad review, one viral mishap, and your entire brand could go up in flames.
Yeah,
It's a lot to handle for anyone, let alone someone who's still learning to drive.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's crucial for parents, educators, and mentors
Yeah.
to be aware of these potential pitfalls and to encourage healthy habits.
Right.
Time management, stress management, setting realistic expectations, and maybe even taking a damn break from social media every now and then.
Disconnect to reconnect.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Get back to basics. Remember what life was like before the internet was judging your every move.
Precisely. It's all about finding that balance between ambition and well-being.
Between chasing your dreams and taking care of your mental and emotional health.
So what's the big takeaway for our listeners? What can we learn from these entrepreneurial teenagers, even if we're not planning on launching a business from our basement anytime soon?
I think the biggest lesson is the importance of adaptability and continuous learning.
Okay.
The world is changing faster than ever before,
Right.
and the skills that were valuable yesterday might be obsolete tomorrow.
Right.
We need to be lifelong learners willing to embrace new technologies, to adapt to new ways of working, and to constantly upskill.
It's like that saying, the only constant is change.
Right.
We can't just rest on our laurels. We need to be constantly evolving, learning, growing.
Exactly. And these teens are showing us that it's never too early to start developing these skills.
Right.
They're not afraid to try new things, to fail, to pivot.
Yeah.
They're constantly experimenting and evolving.
They're living proof that age is just a number,
Yeah,
and that with the right mindset and a bit of hustle, anything is possible.
for sure.
I mean, if a 14-year-old can build an app that's disrupting the global cake market,
I know, right?
what's our excuse?
They're challenging us to rethink our own assumptions about what's possible
Right.
and to embrace the opportunities that this new world presents.
Mm-hmm.
They're the future, and they're showing us that the future is full of possibilities.
So as we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive into the world of teen entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
I'm feeling a mix of awe and a little bit of, holy crap, what am I doing with my life?
I completely agree.
These kids are seriously impressive.
They're a force to be reckoned with,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait to see what they accomplish in the years to come.
But before we sign off,
Okay.
let's leave our listeners with something to chew on.
Okay.
If these teens are already making waves in the business world, what does that mean for the future of work?
Right.
What skills will be essential for success in a world where traditional jobs are evolving
Yeah.
and the gig economy is on the rise?
Those are great questions. How do we ensure that everyone, regardless of age or background, has the opportunity to thrive in this new landscape?
Right.
How do we prepare ourselves and future generations for a world that's constantly being reshaped by technology and innovation?
Mm-hmm.
It's something we all need to be thinking about.
Those are some heavy questions.
Yeah.
And luckily for our listeners, we'll be tackling those very questions in our next episode.
We'll be back next week for part 3, where we'll explore the future of work and the skills that will be essential for success in a world that's being redefined by these young entrepreneurs.
We'll also be sharing more inspiring stories, practical tips, and maybe even a few more holy crap moments along the way.
For sure.
Until then, keep dreaming big, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself.
Right.
The future is what we make it. Welcome back to Reflect. We spent the last 2 episodes knee-deep in the world of teen entrepreneurs, and let me tell you, it's been a wild ride.
It really has.
These kids are out here rewriting the rules of business before they're even old enough to vote.
It's both exhilarating and a little terrifying, isn't it?
Right.
It's like watching the future unfold right before our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's making a lot of us grown-ups question everything we thought we knew about work and success.
No kidding. It's like we're stuck in rush hour traffic while they're zooming past in self-driving Teslas,
Yeah.
building their empires on their phones,
Right.
while we're still trying to figure out how to change our LinkedIn profile picture.
The key takeaway here is that these teens aren't just reacting to the future of work, they're actively shaping it.
Right.
And if we want to keep up,
Yeah.
we need to understand what makes them tick,
Okay.
what skills and mindsets they're leveraging to thrive in this new landscape.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
What's the secret sauce?
Well,
What are these kids doing that the rest of us can learn from, even if we're not trying to become the next teenage TikTok sensation?
One of the biggest things that jumps out is their adaptability
Okay.
and willingness to embrace change. They're not afraid to experiment, to try new things, to pivot when something isn't working.
Right.
They're constantly learning, evolving, and iterating, which is essential in a world that's changing faster than ever before.
It's like they have this built-in upgrade button,
Yeah.
constantly downloading new skills and knowledge,
Right.
while many of us are stuck with the same old operating system we've been running since college.
They're also incredibly resourceful.
Okay.
They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own.
Mm-hmm.
They leverage online resources, connect with mentors virtually, and build communities around their shared interests and passions.
It's like they've hacked the system,
Yeah.
figured out how to bypass the traditional gatekeepers, and create their own pathways to success.
Yeah.
And they're doing it with a level of confidence and entrepreneurial spirit that's honestly a bit intimidating.
They're not held back by the same fears and self-doubt that often plague adults.
Okay.
They haven't been conditioned to think inside the box or to play it safe.
Right.
They see possibilities where others see limitations, and they're not afraid to take risks and make mistakes.
So it's not just about skills. It's about mindset.
Exactly.
It's about having that growth mindset, that belief that you can learn and adapt and overcome any obstacle, no matter how daunting it might seem.
They're not afraid to fail because they see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow.
Right.
They're constantly iterating, refining their ideas, and building on their experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, they're doing it all while navigating the hormonal roller coaster of adolescence, which is no small feat.
Seriously, if I could go back and harness even a fraction of that energy and fearlessness, I'd be unstoppable.
But it's not too late to learn from their example.
Okay.
We can all cultivate that growth mindset, that willingness to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown.
Right.
We can all become lifelong learners, constantly seeking out new knowledge, skills, and experiences.
It's about recognizing that the world is changing, and we can either cling to the old ways of doing things or ride the wave of innovation and create our own future.
And who knows, maybe we'll even be able to teach these young entrepreneurs a thing or two along the way.
Right.
After all, experience does count for something.
Absolutely. It's not about a generational divide. It's about collaboration and knowledge sharing.
Yeah.
We have a lot to learn from each other.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of teen entrepreneurs, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways.
Okay.
Adaptability, a growth mindset, a willingness to embrace change, and a healthy dose of hustle. These are the ingredients for success in the 21st century. And these teens are showing us how it's done.
They're challenging us to rethink our assumptions about what's possible, to embrace lifelong learning, and to create a future that's both innovative and fulfilling.
It's an exciting time to be alive, even if it's a little scary at times.
Right.
And thanks to these entrepreneurial trailblazers, the future looks a whole lot brighter.
That's a wrap on this episode of Reflect.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of teen entrepreneurship.
We'll see you next time.
We'll be back next week with a brand new topic and more insightful discussions to spark your curiosity and fuel your imagination.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in the power of human ingenuity to create a better future for us all.